Hill gang, I had a revelation. We are all familiar with the age-old question, are you a tits man or an ass man? Some prefer a big behind, others love big o-pie, and that's alright. I declared myself a thigh guy and got demonetized for discussions of modern acts of terror. So with that being said, I'm retiring from my reign as a thigh guy and I'm moving on to the next big thing. I have ascended past thigh man, I am an eye man, fam. I am genuinely intrigued as to what has stimulated this chick past point of no return. I am investing in a gym membership right now. Now, before you start retching your stomach out at thoughts of the most atypical atrocities known to mankind, I'd like to immediately out the gate state, it's not what you think. You want to keep lunch in your stomach, I want to keep my monetization. Don't you worry, let's talk about hard eyes. Ever be reading a cultured text or watching a cultured video and you come across a particularly pleasurable baddie in a fit of bliss with her eyes having hearts in them? To the average loner leviathan with little or no arousal intensity, this probably doesn't do it. Their ideal cultural wishes probably lie more in vanilla shit. But the elevated cultural chads like myself, hard eyes are the single-handedly hottest detail to grace the ultimate art form that is doujinshi by far. And here's why. As long as humans have existed, visionary ability has been crucial to not dying. Whenever we look at something, visual information is transmitted, signaling to the brain what we're nearby. This is just modern medical definition, but ancient motherfuckers be on a whole different level of woke, so much that modern metaphorical motherfuckers have declared eyes to be the window to the soul. If we take this as factual evidence, then the pupil, by medical and anatomical definition, is a literal opening into the eye and an extension of the soul, and never more so than in anime, where eyes showcase the character's internal agenda. And on the off chance that the character's internal agenda is love, lust, or desire, this provides a clear connection between eyes and love. Speaking of that, numerous scientific studies have been published about pupils and their connection to love, intensity, and arousal. Specifically, when intense emotions are induced, such as love and lust, the autonomic nervous system triggers various involuntary responses within the body, one of those being dilated pupils. To put it simply, it's not uncommon for horny motherfuckers to have their pupils get fatter than a TLC documentary star. Let's bring it back to the culture. I didn't lay out a bunch of scientific reports just to bust a good one out to them, no sir. In doujinshi and anime alike, a very similar phenomenon occurs where the focused character exhibits intense internal emotions in response to an external interaction, causing their pupils to change into hearts. It's referred to as wingding eyes in the animation and art community, but I prefer to refer to it as emotional overdilation. In other words, the impact force of an MC's PP forces the receiver's pupils to physically alter into hearts due to the overriding pleasure dilating their pupils into a different shape. And going back to that whole extension of the soul shit, love with your soul is seen as pure love, and love feeds into the continued overdilation, shaping the heart into the pupil. And that's kind of really fucking hot, I'm not gonna lie. And to understand why, it requires an understanding of kinematics and an elevated level of thirst. So let's simulate a typical scenario you'd find in a cultured text. Impact into that pixelated punani from a horizontally moving object. To calculate how hard this hentai MC is dicking this bid down to physically alter her eyes into hearts, we must set the equations for kinetic energy and work equal to each other. Force equals 0.5 times penis mass times impact velocity squared divided by collision distance. So we're just going to use this impact force calculator here. To solve this, we're going to need the mass of the dude's wang and the speed at which he's hammering the nail into the 2x4. Human averages aren't going to cut it here. Let's assume this coochie crusher's got an 8-inch length and 5-inch girth. Pretty sizable hammer there, which comes out to 15.92 cubic inches or 8.82 fluid ounces, or about 0.25 kilograms. Next, we'll need to know how fast he's going. Thanks to some individual research and compilations of the average tempos from several cultured videos, the average hentai MC claps cheeks at a tempo of 83 beats per minute. If one beat is 8 inches in depth and in 1 minute 83 beats are completed, then we can conclude that this dude is clapping cheeks at the speed of 0.281 meters per second. Next is collision distance and impact duration. When the cooch is impacted, that conky ain't getting crushed. That's pretty damn clear. So the collision distance on the cocky is 0.00000000001 meters. And the duration of one impact will go with 0.83 seconds. Mans is clapping fast as fuck, boy. When all is said and done, our stunning hentai MC is clapping cheeks at 917.013 kilonewtons per impact with a peak impact force of 1974.025 kilonewtons per impact. This, in combination with soul love dilating the girl's pupils, leads to the shape of hearts curating in her corneas, and I'm all fucking for it. With that being said, heart eyes, heart pupils, and cultured content is the best thing since sliced bread.